we're going to be talking about a bit of an odd thing. We're going to be talking about a game called HuniePop. And whether that's a metaphor, I leave that for the developer to conform. But HuniePop is kind of a Bejeweled mixed with a dating sim game. And I'm going to be, obviously, talking about in a full review here. While I haven't done everything in the game, I know all the content, and I've done quite a bit of it. So the first thing, story-wise, like most dating sim games, aside from one factor, the fact that you can actually be a girl and have different dialogue, not simply just the same dialogue referring to both people. You actually have some unique dialogue referring to you as a female if you choose to be a female. However, all options of who to date are female, so if you're hoping to look for some guys as a girl, you're not going to find any of those. But anyway, aside from that part, you start a ball, you meet somebody, you have a small demo kind of conversation thing, whether you fail or pass that, at the end product of the day, at the night, you get visited by that same person to find out they're a mysterious love fairy. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Get out of your heads. The love fairy has came to visit you to help you find love in your life. So now imagine that now you have to go and find a good date and everything. But you have to play Bejeweled to have success in your life, but also knowledge. So basically, you start a whole chain of events of meeting different people, and you get to have conversations with them to know more about them, and get relationships, and then go on dates. And the whole date aspect is the gameplay. Like Bejeweled, there's a matching game where you can match 3 or more of certain icons. Now, what differs from games like Bejeweled and that is that each character, each icon represents different things like creative, artisticness, sexuality, flirtation, and stuff. They represent different things, and each of the goals like different things. So different ones generate more points, and your goal is to get enough points to make the date successful. Now, every date you keep going on, actually, it becomes harder. So that goal is always extending, becoming harder to reach, and you'll have to use a few tricks up your sleeve. In the beginning, you start with one gift item that can help you with power. Great power. But you can get more by giving gifts to the different goals they like, and you can get a few additional items that can give special powers. I certainly haven't gotten all of them, but there are a lot that can help boost your score. Or just clear the playing field of bad things. There's only one bad icon, that is the broken purple heart. If you match those, you're going down the fucking gutter really fast. Now, you do have special powers you can level up depending on your currency. You have 2 currencies. You have actual money currency, and you have honey currency. Honey currency you use to power up your brilliant talents of dating. So basically, when you match something, depending on the upgrade of that type of icon, it generates more points. And obviously, if that particular set of icons is the kind that gives the most points for that goal, bam, 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 more. And you also add more multiple by increasing the passion meter. The passion meter is found at the bottom, and you use pink hearts to increase that, and increasing that also increases the amount of points that matching. Now, obviously, you don't have to focus completely on the particular goal's icon. Everything will generate points, but there's a differing range of how many points you get based on each goal you date. So, you'll have to play your cards right at that. But basically, you'll be rolling out dates and doing normal dating sim kind of activities. Now, I do have a little criticism for the dating sim. Now, I love the acting. The acting is hilarious. There's a large cast of different girls with different personalities. You have a geeky goal who hates society, hates people being lying, and wants to be truthful. You got a very perverted goal. You got a very bad mouth goal who beat you the fuck up. You got a very nice, timid goal. You got a very nice variety, and there's even some there's some unlockable goals. There's a few additional ones. One you get for successfully getting your first full-out date, and I'll explain a little more of that later. And the other ones you have to do a few secret little things to get. But I believe there are 3 secret characters, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of activities to be done. There is no true final ending or anything. The game just kind of keeps going on, even though if you fully dated everyone to max and had a completed relationship, so there's no real true ending or anything. But it's actually really fun. I enjoy the dialogue. It's very hilarious. There's a lot hilarious. Some of it's perverted. Some of it's just batshit crazy. There's a great mix of variety. Basically, you can easily focus on different type of goals for the kind of humor you're into. But generally, after you've accomplished so many successful dates and that, you'll eventually actually go to your bedroom. Now, there's 2 things to note at this part. Oh yeah, I wanted to go over the criticism over the date thing too. Well, we'll continue my train of thought right now. There was a censored and uncensored version of this game. The censored version closes everything up and takes any extreme naughtiness out. The Steam version is censored. Every other version is uncensored. So if you get A to D on free versions of that, you have uncensored. And as far as I can tell, you can't tell the game to censor your game. I'd have to double check, but as far as I know at this moment, you can't tell the game to censor. I might be mistaken on that, so don't go rambling to kill me. But if that is the case, that is a bit of a odd thing, because I know some people might be like, who really gives a shit, but some people would actually care, because, some people might not be interested in it. But I've seen a few of them. They're not too horrifyingly extreme, but, if you're obviously not into hentai-ish CG pictures, that's going to happen at the absolute grand finale of a successful date with one of the girls. And again, varying different ones or of different taste. But the game's actually really, really fun. I like the game, and I just laugh constantly over the dialogue. But the dating part, I feel, has just a little bit of criticism. I understand wanting to, know more about the goal. That's actually a really interesting aspect that I don't really see in dating sims games very often, asking what are your hobbies and things you like to do. Usually in a lot of dating sim games, you either have this particular fetish the game focuses on, and a lot of times it's just batshit crazy. But I actually like how you're actually, trying to be interested in the person. But like the perverted playboy girl, I could understand her being asked face to face this and then, just answering. But some of the girls, I just can't imagine one of the, not having any real relationship with them yet, asking them what their fucking cup size is. That just seems odd. I feel like they missed the opportunity to maybe force you to have a certain relationship level with certain goals. So, certain questions with that goal would be okay at the very beginning, but not so hey, what's your cup size? Oh, no, that's a horrible beginning question. I need 2 or 3 hearts before I can go into more detailed information. Gotta stick to the hobby, work, where you like fun, maybe how tall you are, But, I don't know. If they ever do a sequel, I'd like them to maybe kind of balance that out a little bit more, because it just seems really odd. Some of the girls who are much, more shy and not that type of person to answer that at face value at meeting somebody. But that doesn't, like, destroy the game or anything. But I think that kind of makes it a little awkward with some of the goals. But anyway, and as I said, if you play as a girl, there's no guys, or if you happen to be gay, there's no guys for you that way. It's completely focused on girls, so if you're a lesbian, good. If you're a straight guy, good. But if you're gay, bad. And if you're a straight girl, bad. So it would have actually been interesting to actually basically cater to everyone. And if they ever do a sequel to this game, that I recommend. And on top of that, you could even include like a whole new kind of system on top of the dating sim. You could like introduce like a friendship system where you can maybe get hints and information from different people you befriend. So like, you know, you could go on a outing with male friends and kind of have a night out with the guys or the ladies. You could have a night out with the ladies and stuff, and you could have friendship levels on top of having dating relationships, and you could mix match, you know, be straight, gay and stuff, and you could add a lot more story and character in there.
But I want to know something.
And definitely I could think of so much more hilarious, like the acting. I just love the actors. All the actors are really good in this, and I think they pull off the characters and the humor they're doing in their dialogue really nicely. And I would love to see this kind of idea in my head that I created in my head. If they ever did a sequel, I think it would be really interesting, add more to the story aspect and interaction with characters.
Okay.
I would think it'd be
I should
hilarious.
really be going soon too.
But in the end, it's a very, you know, it's a puzzle game, essentially, with dating sim elements. And I think the two actually really work well with each other. It's a nice, relaxing puzzle game, nothing, you know, half choking you to death or anything. And at the same time, it's just a relaxing little dating sim game. Yeah, it's perverted. If you have the non-censored version, you know, goes a little into the AO adult-only territory. But there's a lot of humorous dialogue. It's actually enjoyable in that aspect. So, basically, if you like comedy, you win. You like puzzles, you win. You freaking pervert, you win. If you dislike one of those elements, then, you know, it kind of varies. You know, if you're, you know, obviously, if you're not into a little perversion, then, you know, you might want to get the Steam version, which clothes any naughtiness and such, so
Yeah, okay.
keep that in mind. I do, like I said, I don't remember in the settings being a mode to change to the censored version. And as far as I know, there's no patch to also change it to the censored version. So I would have to throw that as a small little teeny bit of criticism in there, unless I've forgotten or missed it, which, you know, bad on me. But either way, I recommend the game if you're into any of those elements. You're into any kind of just simple puzzle game, relaxing comedy, haha kind of thing. But, I mean, if you're looking for something super deep, a really interesting story of that, you're not going to really find that. It's just really a hammed-up comedy that really plays with the dating sim setting and a lot of the comedic shit. It's really nice. I really hope they do a more expanded idea of this as a sequel. I would love to see that, because I keep wanting to see more of the dialogue. I like it when some of the goals, because when you have conversations with them, it eats up their food meal. And you can keep having more conversations, feeding them food they like. But when they run out of their food meal, some of them have just these silly, my tummy says it's hungry! But it's just funny. I just really enjoy it for its dialogue. I'm not a big puzzle nut. I've had my big puzzle days back with the original Game Boy. I'm not usually into a whole lot of those kind of puzzles. Like, I'm more into, you know, Professor Layton puzzles, but not so much into Tetris-y or Bejeweled style puzzles very much. So that's a real case scenario. So to me, the comedic value actually drags me to go through the gameplay in that. So. But either way, the game is only $10 or $9.99, you know, whatever. depending on how you buy it and shit. But there are some DRM-free options. There's a Steam version. You know, you got both options, so no real big hoop. And also, just in case if you already bought the Steam version, or if you want to know there's a way to de-censor the Steam version, there is supposedly a patch that you can apply to your Steam version. So for those who want a little naughtiness in their Steam version, don't feel like you've been screwed. Pun wasn't intended, by the way. So anyway, that's what I think of HuniePop. You know, enjoy the rest of the video if you want to see more of the gameplay. I tried to pick some of the goals I didn't really interact a whole bunch with, or some of the more interesting goals. I didn't really like some of the battle goals, but, you know, whatever. But I still have a lot more to play. I've been playing it on and off for a little ha-ha relaxing puzzle game. So I definitely have to actually award it for being a puzzle game that kind of wants you to keep going to see some of the funny stuff. In the end, though, it's not a complicated game, it's not a deep game, and it's not very expensive, and it has no real conclusion, so there could be some more improvements. But if they do a sequel, like I said, I'd love to see more options for different sexualities, you know, straight in, gay, lesbian people, and I would like to see maybe like some kind of friendship system, because obviously it would be kind of boring to make a female and male cast of NPCs, and like, you know, if you're not gay, obviously, then it's like, well, why interact with the male characters? So, you know, you kind of have a reason to still interact with all the characters, even though you may not be gay, lesbian, or that, you know what I mean? Get my mean? So, you know, they give you a few ideas if you want to do that in the mixing pot. No, you know, no need to throw me my monies or anything. And by the way, for anyone interested, this was not a review copy, because apparently a lot of people actually got this for a review copy. But I bought it because I want them to get my money. So anyway, I recommend it if you're into it, like I said. So I'll stop rambling. Thank you for joining, and if, like I said, you want to keep watching to get an idea of some of the gameplay, I think at this point you've probably seen most of the basic idea of it, but you can watch more. And I'll see you all next time.
For real? Oh my god, I could kiss you! I'm so bad, I know. I have a sweet tooth. Just what I needed. I missed breakfast this morning. Oh man! I love breakfast. Best meal of the day, hands down! I shouldn't. But I can't help myself. You know, I've kind of been wondering, what's your opinion on people who smoke? Tell me about it. I had to grow up around it because of my mom. Ugh. Hey, question. Would you date an unattractive girl if you really liked her as a person? You think so? What's shaking, Bacon? Pink all day. Well, not hot pink. I prefer like a light milky pink. Question. And I'm not giving you any hints, so don't ask. How about my favorite season? Remember what I told you? Lucky guess. I want to ask you something. You're not, like, dating anybody else right now, are you? You wish. I am so hungry right now. Catch you later. Are you, like, following me around or something? Sweet! At least you're useful for one thing. If you're trying to buy my love, keep spending. Yeah? Out with it. Lusty's nightclub is my fucking shit. What? Belrose. Happy? If this turns out to be a waste of time, I'm going to be so pissed. At least I can smoke in here. That's more like it. Okay. Wipe that look off your face. You got lucky this time. Question for ya. Do you prefer girls that shave their shit? Yeah, no. I guess I'll be seeing ya.
Oh! sorry. You scared me for a second. What can I do for you? Just 1 inch shy of 6 feet. I'm pretty tall for a girl, I know. You look like you have something to say. I was wondering about that. My last name is LePron. Wow! Is it weird that I collect this stuff? Sure, I could go for a... Maybe I'll just have a bite. Oh, God. I'm so weak. But it's so good. Would you mind if I asked you something? I'm curious. Are you happy with your body? That's an interesting way to think about it. Very refreshing. What can I do for you? Deja vu. Did you already ask me that? I'm curious to find out if you'll remember this. Do you remember how tall I am? Yep, you got it. Maybe I'll just have a bite. Or I want to ask you about a prior conversation. You do remember what my job is, yeah? You do care. You look like you have something to say. I know some people think it's weird, but I do meditation. It really helps clear my mind. I have a question for you. Take your time answering. If you found someone's wallet on the ground, what would you do? You're a good person. Not everybody would be so honest. All right. This will be a good chance to get to know each other better. Fancy. I can't believe we didn't have to make a reservation. Excellent! Wow! I'm not sure what to say. Oh my! Wow! Oh my! was really very nice of you to take me out like this. What can I do for you? Well, I'm 132 pounds, but I'm trying to diet. I think my tummy is speaking to me. It says, "Feed me." I'm hungry. I think my tummy is... Alright, rest easy.
Oh shit, my collection is missing this. You're giving this to me? Don't freak out, but I want to see if you remember something. If I had to pick a favorite color, what would it be? Cool. Sorry I doubted you. Is it cool if I ask you something? I've been thinking. Do you believe in the paranormal? Yeah, right? Like, I've read some pretty interesting theories online about this stuff. I really appreciate it, but you don't have to, like, buy me stuff. Nobody else has ever asked me out before. It's weird, but okay, sure. Is it all fruits and veggies? I could go for some ice cream. This is how you get all the girls. Alright, alright. Aw, nice! Not too bad. Wow. I'm not sure what to say. Aw, nice! I underestimated you. I'm sorry about that.